Pull on the top. You have learned the system. Because everyone else is drawing twos or things. You just go straight to the top of the deck.
Or the ace of diamonds 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Gotten that.
Okay. So, that's, now what is your actual, dice pool?
Dice pool?
Yeah. One. You only have one after
Took
the
a
negative
-3
three.
if I had 1.
And you got a 19, so that's a 20, so minus 8 leaves you 12. That is still actually exceptional. So we'll get back to you. What are you searching? Where are you searching?
Okay. I was going to assist someone, so, or did someone want to assist me?
Oh, I was assisting.
Oh, you were assisting.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
so that's +5 to your pool when you go to pull it. Which is a shame because that was exceptional and he could have just done it on his own.
And you,
But
no, I
he
already
didn't
said
have
it.
a
I already
dice
said
pool.
it
I was
myself.
thinking about standing next to the hole. I don't feel like I'd be very good.
Okay, so it's just the theater, right? Right?
Yeah.
It went.
Okay,
Unless you
so
need me to help you.
Pull a card, add 5
I'll go
which
with
is
you for emotional support.
The ace.
so that's a 5, add to 5, so that becomes 10. My
Yep.
pool of 5 becomes 15.
It's not bad. 4
Not
hits.
exceptional.
4 hits is solid. You searching?
Yeah, but I'm searching the ritual
Okay.
itself.
Actually, do you have any occult?
I do.
Okay. Intelligence and occult. Add those two together. And this is also where I talk about, because I know you're new to the world of darkness, something you can do when you go to pull or whatever, you can spend a point of willpower. You'll see that your character has a set number of willpower, which is on that, and I'll point it out to you. I don't have tokens to represent this one because it's not as important. Okay, so you have willpower. Anytime you want to burn a willpower, you add 3 to something you're doing. Okay. So you can do that if you want to. You certainly don't have to. But intelligence and occult. And then if you have any specializations in occult, which would have been the things you wrote down, you can ask me if any of them apply. Okay, that's fine. Pull and add what you got. Not a lot of information you can figure out based on that. And then you were searching.
Investigation. 4 plus 6, that's 10.
10, that's 2 hits. 1 hit, sorry. Yeah. 1 hit. Okay, so let's talk about the investigations real quick. And Cam ran off to the bathroom, but I'll go ahead and start describing things. You start rummaging around, seeing what you can find. You got a single hit. You're seeing all the things of your fight, and you're specifically looking for these shards of flesh. It looks like skin suits. It is really weird and creepy,
Pull it up like
especially when you get to the cockatoo, as weird as it is. Just because the way the feathers and the flesh are ripped, and you can tell something bigger than what this thing is stepped out of it. It is very bizarre to look at. Same with the woman's. I mean, but just the cockatoo is just kind of like a weird, like, what am I looking at? The woman's flesh is about the same, but you're finding those shards of. You aren't able to identify any type of ritual. Honestly, the one thing you are able to figure out, even with the one, just because you are ahead of rating in a cult, a lot of this is for show. They're on theater. It's almost like half of this was a show or a play or a presentation, especially when he's describing what they did and what they were chanting and things like that. You're kind of like, that's a lot of nothing. That's a lot of, baby's first ritual. Look what I can do Vatagan, and nothing. That's kind of what you're ascertaining from that. With the 4, 5, and whatever, you are finding remnants of pages that have been torn up and just kind of scattered about. It looks like they were trying to destroy something without a shredder. In addition to that, you guys find the equivalent of a binder, which looked like it was part of, a leather bound, like it's the back end of a book that was ripped in half. Literally taken it. Oh, hold on, it's the back end of it. You're only getting pieces of it. And this was taken and shoved up, like they just took it and started ripping it apart and then just into the wind. Okay, so the pieces of it you guys are able to find, literally you're getting and the tone is weird. It's a leathery feeling, but it's off. It's almost like
human eye.
It's the Necronomicon. It was found in human skin.
supple. It's a suppleness to the leather that is off.
I roll medicine. It's 6 add 6 to it.
I love that you just pull the top. I'm not even a fan of that anymore. I'm just going to be like, take the top card. Okay, when you get all together, 10. It's 1 success. That could be human skin. You guys were joking about it. That is a possibility.
Stick your hand in its mouth. You're trying to identify what type of skin that is? What type of leather? I mean, if you want to use medicine, I got you beat on that.
I don't know, give it a shot.
Or the man dressed
Or I
like a
can-
doctor.
Yeah,
Or the doctor, who introduces himself as a doctor.
Or you could lend to the doctor.
Is it wits or intelligence?
Intelligence for this one.
Okay.
It's whichever one I decide and what I feel like, okay? There are rules for it, kind of sort of, but take what you want, or you can do the Cameron thing of just going to the top card, whatever it is.
Second.
I don't want to steal his luck.
You're-
Uh,
I shuffle every time you guys watch me. I sit here and
9, 5,
I see
14.
you count cards over there.
5 and 14.
9 and 5, so 14.
Oh, 14 altogether. Okay, 14 is still pretty damn good. That's 4 successes. Yes, this is human flesh. It's been tanned, and it's... Actually, this is throwing you off a lot. That it looks like it's gone through a process that would tan it, like what you would do with cowhide, how they would kind of dry it out and do whatever. But it still feels, which is why they're having trouble identifying it, it still feels soft and almost warm to the touch as if it was still alive, which is really weird. It is bizarre. It
Is
is
that something
human.
that I can make a demon's roll on with my occult? Possibly.
Intelligence and occult, and then add 1 to the cryptid knowledge.
Nope, not a clue.
Could
Not
you
a clue.
move to demon power, Cameron? I don't have that card. I don't have to download it.
Okay. On the book, half of this is written in Hebrew, actually. You guys as demons understand. I understand languages. Fuck you, humans. Haha. Trying to hide things in other languages. Half is written in Hebrew, half of it's in Greek. And you're getting like weird parts of the notes because you weren't able to find all the pieces, with that roll, and maybe it's because they didn't leave all the pieces, or you don't know. Literally, you piece together on the back of it, there is an occult symbol that you don't know and don't really identify, but it is a weird, it almost looks like a music note. How they'll have like, if you've seen like a bass sign, where it's just kind of that curve. It's kind of like that with then other little yellow symbols coming off of it. The one thing that is in English on it, it's not, there is no roll on it, is what I'm trying to say. It does not line up with any known occultism. It does not line up with any practice of magic. It does not line up with any like Native American shamanistic culture. It looks a little bit like uniform, but you guys kind of examine it, and there's enough occult knowledge off the top of my head between you guys. You got a little bit of occult, you got a little bit of occult. Enough where you can't go, okay, it's not Sumerian what I'm looking at. And if it was Sumerian, why the fuck is half the book written in Russian?
Some sort of place for us.
What are you doing
Yeah.
here? You're not here.
So, it's just odd. But in the back, in perfect English, the play is the thing. In perfect English. Everything else is weird other languages, which again you guys can read, but part of it looks like notes and journals. It almost looks, you're not seeing any actual spell or whatever. You just have it goes into, when it goes into the Greek, it talks a bit about different locations. It talks about how this is a perfect location. It talks about places that are bends and are susceptible to different rituals. It talks about using those weak points to take energies of otherworldly entities and twisting them to then have other entities take the place of. It doesn't detail how to do that, but it does talk about that. It talks about literally taking a supernatural of some variety, like a demon, twisting their energies, and then putting something else in the place, or the hole that is left when you kill it. Which to you guys sounds like what you do with mortals and covers when you steal a soul.
Mr. Nothing.
Is that what happened to the lady and her parrot? Probably. They ripped out a blade and filled something in.
You said the play is the thing, right?
It says on the back.
Is that the thing? Isn't that the thing that the guy kept yelling at me when he was trying to stab me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That ash stand kept saying that.
What did you say? What do you know? Yeah, exactly. Okay, that is what you guys, in addition to that, you guys find a knife. It looks like the ritual knife you ripped out of the lady and then an insect away. It looks like you dropped it, and you guys find it. Looks like somebody picked it up and threw it, and it's in one of the back seats. You guys searched the place, and with those rolls, some of you were very thorough. Yes, you have a knife. It has some odd symbols on it, including on the back of it. It takes you a second to find it, but it has those same symbols on the book.
Maybe you should stab the book with that.
I take it.
And in Greek, on the side, the play is the thing. On the side of the handle of the knife.
Greek? You mean Orthodox or something?
All demons can read or understand every language. Which don't expect me to do that, but
Aaron might.
yeah. No, we're not talking to Aaron about this ever. You shut the hell up. They'll start spouting like Aramaic at me or something. Stop speaking Aramaic, Steve. It's a dead language.
You want it tonight? And not particularly, but if you want me to hold on to it.
There you go. It's yours now.
You guys doing anything else while you're here? And I'm gonna throw one thing out there because
Can you go up onto
you're a
the
player.
stage?
You are on the stage. Yes, that's actually where the trap door opened up. Was on the stage. You guys have searched behind the stage. You weren't find. That's actually where you found parts of the book. Was behind the
Is
stage.
there a balcony?
No,
Does
this
anyone
was a
have their
community theater.
senses?
Yes, that's what I was about to ask.
I don't.
You can always spend a point of effort to have demonic senses active, which enables you to sense the ebb and flow of Aether, which is what powers demonic abilities.
We all know you got the best eyes in the business.
Do I?
You guys trying to talk?
What's composure?
No, it's not even with composure. Just your senses are active or not.
You just spent Aether.
Do it, Justin.
Yeah. I know, I've already spent an Aether used it, so.
And you can get Aether back. There are ways to do it. It's not like it's just gone forever.
Justin activates special eyes.
My brand.
So, turn the powers on. This entire place is just a dead zone for Aether. It's like the words with your occult knowledge that pop in your head is suborn infrastructure. It looks like this was once what is referred to as a facility. We won't go too much into that because I'm not going to go into the demon book. The short version is it is abandoned god machine something. With these senses active, it looks like there is a piece of concealment infrastructure that is strong enough
I'm relaying the information to them as well.
actually block some of the demonic senses that automatically see past that normally. There is actually inactive pieces of the God machine just sort of here. When you look up, there are cogs and testicles run through. Nothing is moving. Nothing is active. Nothing is channeling energy. But there is just a small bleed of ether. And the problem is this is support infrastructure that looks like someone with occult and or science. Science is the better spell to use here.
Science
saying,
and
Steve.
intelligence or wits?
Intelligence.
Intelligence, so I know I got 4. That's 9.
9, that's a success. Okay, based on what he's relaying to you, this Aether has been stagnant for so long, there is something wrong with it. It's the idea of just energy not moving. Imagine trapping electricity in one thing and just watching that wire overheat. That's why this piece of space is just so long, and you're watching whatever ritual they were doing, you're watching it and he's kind of interpreting it. Whatever they were doing was just taking that twisted, fucked up whatever and giving it form. Or possibly pulling from somewhere else. You're not sure.
Anyone able to destroy this? This is all tainted and you don't want this.
I might have the strength for that.
No, I mean, it's an actual ability to destroy infrastructure.
Raise infrastructure, Universe Mom can do it, there's a couple things that can do it. And guys, this type of, I mean, this isn't just suborn infrastructure, this is like stepping into an alternate world. This is a couple steps above and beyond just, oh, this is an old piece of infrastructure the God machine's not using. These are old pieces of God. This is like old pieces of God that's been fucked with, or whatever it was before wasn't just like, oh, God left a project here. This was like, ah, God left a very important thing over here, then forgot about it. And you're not even sure what it is. What are you guys doing now?
If we can't destroy it, I need to find someone who can because I want to get rid of this.
Sounds important to me.
Do we know?
Because the Aether here is tainted, so you don't want to try and make this your own. It's stale.
Hey, it's above and beyond stale what you're seeing. And then once he points that out to you, normally you would sense Aether is kind of like an energy or like a life. That's what powers everything you do. This, you're almost sensing is just like, it's the difference between looking at like prime rib and rotting meat. Everything here is rotting. It's like watching, if we're talking about watching a building decay, this is like watching a piece of God or an angel decay.
Okay, well, let's not sit in here for too long. I don't want to actually let it seep or something.
You guys technically could draw it into you. Someone already has. Without meaning to. Yeah, I know.
I got stabbed with it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so no.
Oh. The knife is made of it. The knife is made exclusively of that fucked up ether. No, literally, it is ether coalesced into the shape of a knife. It is not actually a knife. I am not joking.
So is it going to do us any good, or should I just leave this stuck where we found it?
I mean, if we can destroy it, we should destroy it.
Well,
I don't think there's any way to.
I don't have it.
Do you think we could lead that strange fellow that's got the coat on back into here
I have an
somehow?
eliminator cannon. I don't think it
Who?
does
You could blow the
Long
fuck up out of this
story.
place,
There was
but
a fellow
actually
that
destroy the fabric of reality,
came
not so
around
much.
here.
They're looking at something like Carnivorous Mall, where it's
we're
just removed from
assuming that-
existence in its entirety, or Ray's infrastructure, where it's just removed from its entirety.
Are we assuming that Mr. Nothing over there is made of the same
I think we would have noticed.
stuff?
that. Ooh. That might explain.
That would make
It
sense.
would make sense why he was confused. Like, he's
Yeah, and fucked up. If he's just filled up with all the shit that was infecting him,
If so, we could just leave him back here, maybe.
that would make a lot of sense
possibly
now, wouldn't
leave-
it?
do you- What's that cut from? What do you think he was nursing that cut for on his hand, huh? Huh? Yeah.
Well, I think we need to go to.
Well, the question is now we need to figure out how to heal, how to expel this.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We very much need to figure this out right now, Bill. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So for now, we can't destroy this yet. We'll hopefully someone else does, or maybe one of us will be able to in the near future. But we need to get out of here and keep this in mind.
Why don't we just phone Mr. Martini to have someone sent down here to boom it?
Well, the problem is the big demonic agencies you would contact. One went into hiding earlier tonight because all the bad things that were happening, and the other one you just killed. That was one of the sacrifices. Those are the ones that head up the organizations that would do all the things you're talking about doing. They're palming it off onto someone else.
Yeah,
All right,
I
now
don't
I
think we should let him know anyway.
I'm sorry, what?
Now I have to take responsibility. Dang it.
Oh no, I want to involve my players instead of giving them things to palm it off on.
So let's go see the rest. You know, we're only half the group, so see if someone from the other half has the ability to destroy this, not absorb, but destroy. And if not, one of us will try to put it out.
Anyone with a science or an occult of 3 or higher, does anyone have a mix of those though? Occult at a 3 and then science at a 3.
I have crafts. Can I see a place to blow it up?
Yes to both.
I just
I'm
have
sorry, what?
Yes to both.
Yes to both. Okay, hold on. I need to have a very quick conversation with you. How much of this do you want to share? Do you just want to share it to everyone, or you want me to tell you and
Let's
then
do
you
it
figure it
first
out?
and then tell us.
Yeah, I'll listen first.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about what you're seeing, and you're putting a couple things together. It's actually not that bad, I just don't know how much you want to share. Because again, spy game, and then if you tell them, do they tell angels, do they tell other things? So it's how safe you want the information to be. What you're looking at, okay, I keep using the term support infrastructure. The God Machine builds projects. It literally builds projects. They are physical things you can normally reach out and touch and are hidden by the mundane. The walls could be lined with cogs and things like that. It still has a process. There's still an occult process that happens. The weirdest and most dangerous of their projects are stored in what's referred to as a facility. A facility is a piece of space that is so important that the space is folded and pushed away. That's what you're looking at here. So whatever the occult matrix, which is what the actual, let's say the God Machine builds something, what it actually does is the occult matrix. So if it's supposed to be a giant lightning cannon, the actual zap of lightning is referred to as the occult matrix, if that makes sense. Okay, great. Whatever the actual matrix was designed to do here was enormous. In addition to that, something else that you get is either this was just a really important project, or there's a couple things. This is where angels at one point were actually made and assembled, which is something that's kind of rare knowledge, and that most humans dream about finding something like that, and they're talking about destroying it. You're not sure how far this little pocket world goes. Okay. In addition to that, the other possibility, I'll give you 3, the final possibility for how this whole space is this at one point may have been part of the command infrastructure. Command infrastructure is what, picture the God Machine like Wi-Fi, connected wirelessly. Command infrastructure is what gives everything else directives for an area. So you're not sure how important this actually was, but they're talking about this as corrupt and stale. True, but whatever this thing was, if it turns back online, which maybe you still want to destroy it, I don't know, but if it comes back online for any reason, this was important, like a big deal to the machine at one point. It's apparently moved on and forgotten about it, and who cares? Which sums up Detroit in many ways.
Yeah. So, would I know if it's turned back on? Is it going to become part of the God Machine again, or is it under the control of whoever's
actually,
back on?
well, that's the trick about command infrastructure. If it actually turns back on and is command infrastructure, you could hack it with enough computer skills. You could actually hack it and give the God Machine an actual mission that it will follow. you could potentially have angels do things for you, and they think it's their mission. So yes, it would turn back on, and that could be bad. If you actually can get in and plug back into it when it does that. And I'm not saying it will, but these are all possibilities, and your character with that collection of knowledge is actually aware of what you're looking at. If it turns back on, you actually can get back in, you actually can plug in and give it a mission. Or, what's your real quick. Inquisitor. Or if an integrator, somebody who actually wanted to be an angel again, that's a way they could do it. Like, no, it's not on. It wouldn't work right now, and there's no telling if it ever would again.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of possibilities from here, aside from just kaboom. Assuming it turns back on, you find a way to get rid of the ether and purify it versus just, destroying it.
No.
Now again, I'm not saying don't destroy it. I'm just saying you're aware of that possibility of how big a deal this could potentially be.
Yeah. So, I remember picking a type of demon I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe I picked one that is actually was like a maintainer of the system. If I recall that right. So I don't know if that implies.
Okay, Cyclopump, at one point you were. That's what you were before you fell.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So to
yes.
do any of that.
Which is, hold on, that is one of the reasons I'm giving you all this information.
Okay.
You could have built this. You can, well, I mean, not like that, it's broken now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's definitely what you're looking at in every sense of the words of all the things I just said.
Okay.
So, again, not saying don't destroy it, because it is a bad thing, but if you turn back on, you can get back in here. There's a chance it's connected to everything and gives commands to everything else, so you literally can plug directives into it and have angels do shit for you.
Okay.
It's a possibility. Hey, angels, go solve this problem for me. Hey, angels, go do this. Now, the problem is you would be considered hostile to the system. You would still be hacking it, and if it's back on, there might be additional security that comes blocking to it very quickly once it's turned back on, but that isn't that.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
I'll
it?
just hold on to that.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't know if you want me to tell this to everybody, because you don't know those. Yeah, it kind of is. You just happen to have those skills.
Are you sharing with the rest of the group?
That's the answer.
Okay.
No.
He actually had the skills to identify what the
Yeah.
room was. All the occult, all the science, all the medicine.
Sharing, no.
I'm not very deep, but I wouldn't. I just met you guys today. Even if I'm totally in agreement, yes, we need to destroy this. We gotta say what all of it is. Why? I like your ideas as well. Okay, so, do I take a look at time? Okay, normally I would work right and early. That is the whole reason of starting at noon and playing till about 5, which was my original idea for LARP game, which is plenty of time playing. So unless people have things they wanted to do this game session, we're going to go ahead and call it here, going once or twice.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I
So-
fulfilling game.
Okay, I'm glad. I hope everyone had fun.
I like Christoph so far.
Okay.
I feel like I'm his mentor.
Hey, you have adopted a murder puppy. It's a puppy that if not taken for walks regularly and
You know what? I'm gonna ask him
Given
now.
his mantra.
I'm gonna ask
every
him
now and
now.
then.
Christoph, you're new here. Oh, I don't know which Christoph. Christoph, I've been feeding him breakfast so far. So
Okay.
Michelle would like to inform him of anything important.
No, nothing really important.
okay.
Nothing important.
None
He's
of the
been
murder
making
triggers have been
drinks.
hit.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Then yes, we're good.
I go, Christoph, allow me to extend to you an formal invitation. Would you like to join my gang, the Marigold Gang? And what this means is,
Why would I join a flower?
it means more than a flower, son. Remember hell's what you make it? Marigold
Flowers,
stands.
what you make of them? I assume they were simply flowers.
There can be other things, you see. Marigold's my name, and it's my group, my gang. And what we represent, we help each other. You help me, I help you. All my boys, they'll help me and you. And
Yeah.
already, Dot.
Yes.
Well then, let's shake on it, son. Good hand. And 1, 2, and break, remember?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Good job, son. You're well on your way.
Hmm.
I'll get you a room set up in the hotel, free of charge.
Very
Because
well.
we help each other out.
Very well. And you'll continue to teach me.
Of course.
Very well.
Think of me like your mentor.
Very well.
I feel giddy already. It's like I have a son of my own. I never had a son.
Silver screen. Moon said what was important. At the end of the movie, the play, does the mentor die?
I hope it's not that kind of a movie.
Very well. Oh, I'm supposed to laugh. I love this kid.
I'm gonna have some bacon, son. See what you like. We got pancakes, bacon, eggs, scrambled, omelet, however you want them.
Raw.
Don't eat the eggs raw, boy. That's not good for you.
They
Cook
fell.
some oil. What are you doing, son?
They fell. He said, however I like.
Oh no! Oh, you gotta eat them, boy. That's a waste of perfectly good eggs.
Yeah. Okay, either way, I'll call again here. We'll go over how the experience points work. People that were here at the start, okay, sorry, but that was literally something I said. Okay, so 1 experience point. Everyone who stayed in character, you guys all did very good at that. I'm sorry there were dead points for some people, but everyone gained an experience point. Everyone who made it to the end gained an experience point. So everyone should have gotten a minimum of 2 experience points. Okay. So, there will be a couple up now. There will be, actually, let's talk about cover experience points, which are on there. Some of you guys missed when I talked about it at the beginning. Not me, not Michelle. This is where we talk about nominations for who was the most enjoyable roleplay and who you think was the best roleplay. Okay, so you guys have 2 cover experience points that can be a No, you cannot nominate. Okay. But I say by that because sometimes Aaron's character is very entertaining. Okay, Aaron normally plays entertaining characters. He could potentially get both, but the idea of best roleplay, like for example, if Sean's character concept was I am the quiet person in the corner, he might not be the most enjoyable person to roleplay with based on his character.
But he
not
did
on
roleplay
Sean.
to his character.
But he did roleplay to his character, so that would be best roleplay. Most enjoyable was, oh my god, that guy made me laugh so much, or I cannot believe what a creep you are, I nominate you just because what the fuck were you doing?
I nominate everyone.
Oh, well, you can't.
Okay,
This isn't a
America.
communist society.
I'll just point to the right.
What are you, some sort of socialist? I roleplayed more with Sharon and Sam's characters. I didn't experience everyone.
Well, that just means that your nominations are one of
So I must fairly give it to Sharon for her staunch refusal to drink anything.
He tried
But
to trick me too.
It's not poison. He weren't gonna hurt you none.
Okay, so that is 1 nomination for best roleplay. Any other nominations? Just the person you thought stayed in character the most, person you thought was, oh, you know, he said he was playing. Okay, well, that's when we get to the voting. So that's the only nomination, so.
You have to nominate someone.
Okay, so you're both nominating each other?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just do votes. Nominations for Justin, best roleplay, you get 1 vote. If I see someone's hand raised more than once, I'll punch it. 1, okay. Nominations for Cameron. Good job. Votes for Sharon for best roleplay. Okay, 1, 2.
Wait, this is for most enjoyable or best?
No, this was best.
For
Oh, okay. So that's 3 votes that way, and then a bunch of people just abstaining because I didn't like anyone.
I'm trying to think because I had mixed interactions with
Yeah,
everybody.
and I know it was kind of weird, but the idea of the first game hopefully was to have you guys hear the plot points, you guys come together and, okay, you guys go solve this, you guys do this, you do whatever. You crazy bastard, what'd you do to me? You know, type idea. That's kind of the point. So,
I keep trying to invite her to my house.
so Sharon, write down 1 cover experience point.
There you go.
Pull out the character sheet, 1 cover. Yeah.
No, she got it.
Okay, that cover. Yeah. Okay.
Well, did you already record the other experience points? You should have 3.
Yep.
You should have 3 regular.
And I will talk to some people individually because some people will give me backstories and other things, and I will give you guys some additional experience points, so don't cut out just I'm going to handle that one-on-one. Now, most enjoyable roleplay, the person that made you laugh the most, the person that was most outlandish, the person that you enjoyed role-playing with more than anyone else. Not that you didn't enjoy everybody, but okay, same thing. You guys are nominating each
No,
other.
we're nominating Aaron.
Okay.
We're gonna king make this.
Two,
Oscar nomination.
okay, 2 Oscar nominations for Aaron. Anybody else? All it takes is one person going, hey, no, not voting yet.
Oh.
Any other nominations?
Does it count
Okay,
if we nominate
nominating
for everybody stopping to go and watch a different scene?
Okay, so we have 3 nominations. There's a nomination for Aaron. There's a nomination for Sean because everyone was so interested in what Sean was doing. We stopped to go out and watch what he was doing. And then a nomination for Bill. Okay, so we're just going to go around. Votes for Aaron. He's been nominated. Okay, 3 votes for Aaron. Okay, votes for Bill. Person that, no, no, you didn't even vote for you. Okay, so 3 votes there. Votes for Sean. 2, 3, 4 votes for Sean. So Sean, write down a cover experience point. Yes?
You literally made everyone else stop what they were
Yes.
That kind of
doing.
Great. Well, on the flip side, I was writing like a mystery. I'm like, okay, they'll do this. And then Michelle even went, what happens if one person goes there on their own? I'm like, well, they go loud and they die.
Sean went big and didn't go home.
Oh, I didn't go home.
You did go home.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but you had a power to let you run.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
Without that, bad shit. So, all right, that is essentially game. XP expenditures will cover, I'll actually give it over to my secretary,
Yay.
who will take our copy of it, and then your copy, and anything you spend, she'll record, and I'll drag some people away to talk about additional experience points that the characters are getting based on backstory, which I haven't done yet, and kind of promised some people, and some people gave me things. Girl? It's not all secretive, so everyone's not overhearing it, but it also depends on what people told me. The problem is a lot of people didn't give me things.
Right.
They
You
told
can
me
use that
things.
room.
No, it's fine.